a loser! Well, at least my mom doesn't make her living on her back! You're dead!
These guys left us wanting more. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 anticlimactic boss fights. For this list, we ranked the bosses that are the least fulfilling to defeat, especially if the game has been building up the battle. As usual, one game per franchise. And just so you know, since most of these bosses are final bosses, spoiler alert.
I know it's selfish, but this is my story.
Number 10, Gary, Bully.
Gary, you little bitch! Come out!
James, I've been waiting. Let the games begin.
This guy taunts you endlessly, but his bark is a lot worse than his bite. After you make your way up the scaffolding, it's finally time to take him on, and he doesn't resist much. His punches and kicks are all pretty easy to avoid, or block, and you won't have any trouble knocking him out with some concrete. For a final boss, you could have at least put up a better fight.
Sorry, didn't see you there.
Number 9, Colonel Autumn, Fallout 3.
How can I be sure you won't just shoot me once I turn my back on you? I suppose it doesn't matter much now.
Autumn is a ruthless military leader who's responsible for your dad's death. So, when you confront him for the final time, you'll have the option of reasoning with him if your speech skill is high enough. But don't be afraid to challenge him to a fight, because he goes down like any other normal human in the game, and quickly too, since he's not wearing any armor. You think he could have borrowed some from one of his guards.
Firing! They bleed just like anything else. Well, that takes care of that.
Number 8, 343 Guilty Spark, Halo 3.
Oh, hello. Wonderful news. The installation is almost complete.
Terrific.
Yes, isn't it?
No boss can be too difficult if you have unlimited ammo to fight him with. If you pick up the M6 Spartan laser, conveniently provided by Sergeant Johnson, you can fire at Guilty Spark as much as you want, because the gun never runs out of ammo. Even if you don't have it, don't worry, because his attacks are all pretty weak. All you need to do to avoid his shots is keep strafing left and right while firing, laser or no laser. Number 7, Metal Gear, Metal Gear. After you've spent the entire game sneaking around, you won't be too intimidated by the prospect of getting rid of this robot. It's pretty big, but all you have to do is stick plastic explosives on it while it sits still and blinks its lights at you. Still, he has legs, so you think it would be a bit more mobile like its Rex counterpart instead of just standing there getting blown up, but it really doesn't seem to mind. Number 6, Yu Yevon, Final Fantasy X.
Everyone, this is the last time we fight together.
In the latter half of the game, Yu was built up as an immortal being that has devastated the world for centuries in the shell of sin. And who is this great being in our final battle? It's a freaking tick. And, for some reason, everyone in your party has auto life, meaning they automatically get brought back to life whenever they go down. That means it's impossible to lose this final battle, because, well, it's never really explained. Number 5, Bowser, Super Mario Galaxy 2. There are a ton of easy Mario bosses, even though some get an excuse for the limitations of the time. But we can't excuse Galaxy 2's finale against the iconic antagonist. Even though he looks big and scary, there's nothing to be afraid of when you fight him. Ground pound 3 planetoids onto him that you automatically land on, and you'll be victorious. It's pretty underwhelming, especially when you consider that it's Bowser. Number 4, Bob the Goldfish.
Oh yeah.
You might be surprised that a goldfish could be a level boss, but you'll be even more surprised when you fight him. All you really have to do is knock Bob off the table that he rests on, leaving him to flop around on the floor. He won't do much to stop you from inside his bowl. And by much, we mean anything. He won't do anything.
Groovy!
Number 3, Lord Dagon, Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion.
I do what I must do. I cannot stay to rebuild Tamriel. That task falls to others.
This game is all about making decisions and controlling your fate, but when it comes to fighting the final boss, everything's out of your hands. Emperor Martin Septim sacrifices himself to fight Mehrunes Dagon, and you essentially become an NPC in the battle. It's fun to watch him turn into a huge gold dragon and take on the four-armed giant, but it would be a bit more fun if you participated. Man, Sean Bean dies in everything. Number 2, Lucian Fairfax, Fable 2.
Stop. Think about what you're doing. I will put an end to chaos.
After all of the hobs and bandits you battled to reach the end of this game, you'd think that the battle with the man who killed your sister would be pretty epic. Instead, all you have to do to eliminate the antagonist is shoot him once, anywhere on his body, while he's rambling on. And even if you don't kill him, your ally will. So don't lose any sleep leading up to your showdown with Lucian.
And now it is time for you to leave. The world is yours to enjoy. But the spire is mine.
Before we get to our number 1, let's take a look at some honorable mentions. Number 1, The Leader, The Incredible Hulk. We've talked about some pretty lame boss fights, but this takes the cake. When the Hulk finally gets to his arch nemesis, the Leader, you'd expect the ensuing battle to be intense. Or he could just stand there, doing nothing, not moving. For some reason, with such a big brain, he must have had a cunning plan to survive a Hulk smash. Or not. And there is the lamest boss in video game history. Do you agree with our list?
Oh yeah.
Which boss fight didn't satisfy you? For more easy top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
I'm saying goodbye.
Not now.